Razor, Timber, Viper. I mean, he will kinda react, like he will just see the carry and he will just pick his hero. Like, it depends to the carry. Like if he picks some, I don't know. It's like lifesteal. You pick Razor, but of course Razor is banned, so you pick some Slarders, and you just kinda counter the matchup and you have fun, I guess.
I think Spirit really wanted the Phoenix here. I think it is a great ban from Aster. Would have been amazing for them.
Spirit has the response pick to the carry pick, right? So they're probably going to pick a support here, and then lane counter like Amar was saying.
Yeah, they're protecting the puck mid with the TA and the Pudge ban. These are Aster's two answers to puck mid. Very comfortable on Ori is very comfortable on both heroes, and both heroes have a great way to play into puck. So yeah, I think Team Spirit is doing a really good. Like both teams honestly did a great job with the second phase bans in my opinion, and really banned the top choices that would have been for Aster and for Spirit. I wonder what Miposhka is gonna play. Probably is gonna be his hero here. I'm quite confident he would have wanted the Phoenix, so that was a great ban from Aster. And now they're gonna have to rethink what they want. And they go for a Rubik position 5, which is, I think Team Spirit is the only team to do it. But they like it. They believe in it very much.
I mean, they could flex. They could go Rubik 4 and Snap 5.
Yeah.
Swap players.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the tricky part of the draft for Aster. This is when, even though you had flexibility with the Tiny, you're gonna give it away now. This is when the second phase, the second pick dominance starts.
I've heard a lot of people say at this point, like, you should pick some strong combo for the game.
Yep.
So that way when there's a counter, it's like, well, at least we have this combo, this synergy to play off of instead.
Definitely one of the nicest way to draft, indeed, because you're gonna have to expose yourself, but some things, even though they're exposed, they're still barely beatable.
Yeah.
It all comes down to if Spirit can punish the 16-17 from Aster. If they could get like a very insane hero into 16-17 with the Wyvern and Tiny, it's gonna be like easy draft for Spirit.
And they're a good team at doing that. I feel like both Collapse and Yatoro can play like a really wide range of heroes, so they're gonna be able to pick out of all these heroes what counters Aster the most. So I think it's a great position for Spirit to be in, to put both Collapse and Yatoro in a counter pick situation.
So something to point out here is that Spirit has banned out that Pudge, and you all talked about how up until yesterday really Pudge was not much of an issue, and now we're seeing it banned out. What do you think is Spirit like looking to consider if that Pudge is banned?
I mean, it's gonna be for Aster to find heroes that they'd like against the puck mid. Now that Spirit removed both the Pudge and the TA, I think they're running out of matchups that they like, to be honest. So probably the puck will be well protected. I feel like the puck's gonna have a good lane, no matter what. Okay, they go for the Bristleback here.
And the Brewmaster. The hero that we lost to every game.
Yeah. I mean, once again, Aster's teamfight is really, really dominant. It's very strong. It's gonna be hard for Spirit to fight into it. So we'll see which approach they take. It's an early Bristle pick. Usually you see Bristle paired up with a combo, like Bristle with Dazzle, Bristle with Io, Bristle with Cuddle. Now this is just like a, quoting like a naked Bristle pick, which can be scary because it's about to get counter picked twice here. And yeah, there you go. Like Doom, one of the best heroes in the game against Bristle. Obviously you Doom him. Bristle needs to be able to cast spells for him to be dominant. Doom has Infernal Blade, which is HP percentage damage, so he's one of the heroes that cuts through Bristle at every stage of the game. You can buy Aghanims and break him, break his passive, and then Bristle becomes actually not tanky at all, actually very, very squishy because he has really low strength gain. One of the best heroes to play against Doom, to play against Bristle, sorry, so quite scary for Aster, I would say.
Aster bans an anti-mage. Huh.
Yatoro anti-mage, and they have one Tiny, and Doom and Puck and Snap and Rubik have insane damage, so it's good ban for them. I think anti-mage could easily just get to minute 30 and have 4 items and kill these heroes. He doesn't really need to kill Bristol this game, he just has to find Winter and Tiny and maybe Brew, if he could.
Is there anything that Aster needs to consider to protect that Bristle a little bit from the Doom situation?
Yeah, they have to. I think they really need to turn this Doom versus Bristle matchup right now because The fights are quite simple for Spirit to take, honestly. Like, Buck is uncontested almost this game, so he's going to create a lot of chaos, and he's going to help the Doom find the right target and find the right jump, which is obviously going to be the Bristle or the Brewmaster, depending on the fight. But Doom has... A good Doom wins the fight right now, and I don't know if Aster can turn it unless the last hero does. You have many ways. You have either a defensive way, where you fight through the Doom, either with a save or a disengage ability, or the other way is, offense is the best defense. Like, you start the fight yourself. You find the Doom, you proc his Blink Dagger, kill him maybe, and this is going to give freedom to your Bristle. They have the Brewmaster to do that. It creates a lot of chaos when Primal Split is clicked. But I'd like to see them add a little bit more on top of it to really enable this Bristle team fight.
Is that a bit surprising that Aster would ban out the Void? That is something that they usually play themselves?
I mean, it's quite good, no? Wouldn't you say? The Void here?
I mean, Void really doesn't die also, like same as anti-mage. Like,
they don't have enough damage, right?
There is no damage. One time walk, one deletion, and they cannot do anything.
Yeah.
And also insane team fight, so the Aster can never really fight them.
Like, Aster wants to play really long fights where it's really hard to kill their heroes. Yeah, here comes the Zeus. I mean, that adds a lot of damage. That's a way to find the Doom too. Zeus is one of the best vision heroes, and I think throughout this tournament, teams have gotten much better at using the Zeus, where they're going to click the Zeus ulti as soon as the fight is about to happen, so that the jumpers are going to find the best jumps, basically. The Winter Wyvern will see all the heroes. He'll be able to position himself properly. The Tiny will find the right Blink Avalanche also because of Zeus ulti. So very good pick-off. Good hero against Buck. Not a straight-up counter, but a hero that matches well against him.
And it's Juggernaut to round things out.
Yep. Great pick. Great pick. The healing ward, the sustain versus the damage over time and the long fights. There's no such thing as taking long fights against Jugger. It doesn't do anything. Everybody's full HP because of the healing ward. So, which draft do you like the most here, Mar?
I like Spirit.
Yeah.
I think Spirit has like a very straight-up way to win this game. But Aster has to do like some clutch moments and like outplays to win this game. So I really favor Spirit for this game.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, very much. I think they have a much superior draft, actually.
Yeah, I was also going to say that before these guys did. My expert analysis says, yeah, it's going to be Spirit that wins.
All right, yeah, I can't dissuade or disagree with any of that. I have to piggyback with the rest of my panel here. But we do have the match underway, so let's find out who is going to take this first game in the lower bracket finals. We have Gareth and Lacoste.
Here we go, yeah, it's nice to see so much synergy and teamwork down there with your phones and tablets making memes. I'm going to have someone explain some of the Chinese memes to me, though. What about the teamwork and synergy in these drafts, though, Lacoste? How are we looking for Aster against Spirit?
Team Spirit didn't pick any heroes that have Spirit in their name. On the other side, Team Aster did pick a Brewmaster, so I think they got this one. But on a more serious note, I do like a little bit more that Team Spirit has this team fight. Team Aster did try to go with the Zeus last pick. It's a good Zeus game, but it's a godly Juggernaut game as well. And also having Puck plus Snapfire, these two heroes throughout the whole game will, you can always do something. Yeah, pretty much. It's always, we're going to smoke, we're going to be able to get the kills on pretty much every single hero in this game.
Yeah, get level 6, go roaming around, and the position 5 Rubik, something we've seen Team Liquid do a little bit, Team Spirit bring it out. Was that just kind of a blind pick saying, hey, this is a hero that's going to do well regardless of what happens?
It's something that you mentioned, some teams do feel a bit more comfortable playing Rubik as a 5. It's not, when you look at what he has to steal in this game, Tiny probably going to be the big one, maybe Brewmaster, Ulti, Winter's Curse, these are the 3 big abilities that he wants to steal, especially Avalanche early on, because it does get maxed out, so once you have 2 nukes, Rubik gets super powerful.
It sure does. As it looks like we are nearly ready. I've nearly lied. They've paused the game, so we do have a little bit of a pause and break before we start things off. Laning stage-wise, how are we going to be looking here for Team Spirit? Because Doom is a hero that I feel we've seen last picked or later stage picked by a lot of teams this tournament, and he's not done particularly well. How is he going to fare here against Aster?
They don't have that much burst damage to just take him out immediately, because Doom does get tanky relatively early with his BKB. There's one ability that goes through magic immunity, so other than that, I think he's going to be fine. He's going to be able to get the Doom off, and also Puck is going to be the setup for Doom. Puck is going to provide vision, lock onto a target, and allow Doom to connect to it.
So I guess one of the problems they're going to face is that Zeus ulti, like Seb was mentioning, right? The vision that's going to give, if Doom is going to be able to get the jump with the puck, and whether or not they're going to allow this Wyvern and Tiny to find those initiations themselves. Well, Monet's having a bit of fun in the in the game. You can't see it yet, but he's spamming his chat wheel, space created.
Yeah, and it seems like Team Spirit is ready to go.
Let's get things underway then. Game one of this best of three, kicking off with Spirit versus Team Aster. Already getting themselves out across the map. Aster down bottom is 5. Team Spirit all gathered in around that mid lane. Smoked up as well. Looking for this potential early fight and initiation. Because both teams very good at these level 1 fights.
Yeah, looking at Team Aster, Baboka gonna be playing that position for Tiny. One of the better Tiny players out there, most definitely manages to get out so much done at the early stages of the game, and Ori on his, we can even call it signature Zeus. Yeah, but XXS, he is playing Brewmaster, something that he's been shining lately, I would say, causing a lot of issues. Brewmaster not as strong in the early stages of the game, but at the end, like in the mid game, once you get to that Aghanim Scepter timing, Refresher, Eon Disc, things do get very chaotic.
They sure do. I think I'm back. We're good.
Oh, good
Lost
to have
my
you back,
headset for a
Gary. Got
second
me
there.
worried there for a second that I'm going to need to be a play-by-play caster.
Don't you worry. Both teams very ready to fight early on at level 1 as they prep themselves here. Aster waiting in the trees, coming in behind Mira. He's going to see them though, and very quickly dodge away. But let's see if Bobica can actually catch up. He's thrown out the high five and he's got boots of speed. Mira with a cookie to the low ground. Nicely played. Will slip away from Aster's sneaky little move there.
Most importantly, he does not die. Looking at his starting items, 3 tangos and also planting down a center ward just in case if enemies decided to block the small camp or even put an observer ward on the high ground. But not much region in this lane on bottom. So Doom is bringing some extra because his starting items, a lot of stats. Magic Wand plus 3 branches.
Yeah, against that Bristleback, super important. Catch those Magic Wand charges after the quill sprays. We do have this Wyvern just sitting, throwing out Arctic Burns to chip away at them. Mira, with his cookie level 1, try and get some harassment back into them, looking for those range creep secures. Not the ideal situation to go cookie level 1 usually, is it? You want Scatter Blast in this kind of lane to blast people. Oh, Toronto, Tokyo. Use the Fairy Fire. Ori very close to finding that first blood.
Ori, yesterday when he was playing Zeus, did the same thing, but he did manage to get the first blood this time around. You know that these two players, they want to push the limits.
They're both so very close to death. Like an Orb and a Waning Rift could kill Ori. He doesn't have any Fairy Fires, but he will have Courier coming out to deliver something. Bobica gonna drag creep waves even behind tier 2 top, making sure that the Rubik can't actually chase him back and secure any of that experience. So a nice little adaptation there. Usually we see that between the mid, the tier 1 and the tier 2. Arctic Burn incredibly annoying against these two strength heroes.
It's a lot of harassment early on because Wyvern does deal a ton of damage. Bristleback didn't invest too much mana for the first couple of levels. Usually we do see Bristles. Oh, Wyvern might be in a bit of a trouble. They're not going to die because there is no Infernal Blade and Scorched Earth. Still not enough damage to dive underneath the tower.
Yeah, with the Bristleback stacking up quill sprays as well. You don't want to go committing too heavily for anything like that. But they are burning through a lot of this early regen, and Team Spirit again, the ones with the magic wands and the sticks, so they have that constant free regen as Bobica tossing Maposhka under tower. A good bit of chip damage there. No clap though, no real play to be made onto the Rubik. So far so good for Yatoro. 11-3 for him. But you look at this Zeus and Bristleback really coming out on top in the laning stage. Brewmaster, not so much. 5-1 being shut down completely. But that is due to Bobica dragging a couple of these waves, though, right?
Yeah, he did take a creep wave for himself, and also Yatoro did manage to zone him out using Blade Fury level 1 just to deal some damage to Brewmaster. And Brewmaster not the strongest of the laners, one of the reasons why he's not picked as much, but we see another spin on Brewmaster.
Yeah, just doing as much damage as they can to him. Well, Bobica with his boots. Oh, he's looking to kill off this courier. Nice bit of micro, though, from Miposhka. Might get it away. He's tried to juke, but not working out. But Tiny finds it in the end. Well, Collapse coming back here. Level 2 Devour, grabs himself an Alpha Wolf. A lot more physical damage now, able to come in towards this bottom lane. But you're right, Brewmaster, not one of the best laners, but it's made up for by the fact that he is such an exceptional team fighter, that chaos creator, right?
Yeah, definitely. Brewmaster doesn't really provide you with much, especially with Tiny. Like, there is some kill threat, especially because there is Rubik position 5. So if he is out of position, Bobica maybe looking for a potential toss back, but no, Miposhka will get the courier.
Revenge is sweet. Miposhka finding Bobica's one now. Yatoro. Nothing really to stop him here. The fact that he is a Juggernaut with Spin and Healing Ward. And we've seen this combo with the Chens and the Dazzles. Now he doesn't necessarily need it. Just able to sustain himself in the lane. Never going to get kicked out. Never forced to jungle as Monet. Oh, Mira with some nice little body blocks there. Getting some additional damage from the tower onto the Bristle.
It's damage, but then looking at the build from Winter Wyvern, he does have a point in Cold Embrace, so they're not going to be able to kill him. It's all about sustaining Bristleback until he gets to his Vanguard timing and the toss back underneath the tower.
Yeah, there's the kill on Miposhka.
Easy collapse from Brewmaster.
Very easy. And another great toss back from Bobica. This is why that position 4 Tiny is so feared and so contested throughout this tournament. He's still the highest picked hero through Arlington Major.
Zeus is about to be 6 on a mid lane. You got to be careful. You know that Team Aster will be playing aggressive on the side lanes. I don't think they're going to be able to kill the Juggernaut because of the spin and just not enough damage. But looking at the bottom lane, Monet needs to use the courier and finish off that Vanguard, and here they go.
Yeah, I mean, Monet, he's tried to play aggressively, has the Cold Embrace behind him, but Collapse and Mira, they offer so much damage that even this Bristleback can't tank through it. With the Thunder God's Wrath, though, they get even more in towards Collapse, chasing him back with Splinter Blast, pop the raindrops, but they still find the kill. Monet survives through it with his stick, the Cold Embrace, the Ring of Health, all of this sustain.
And Dora, this time around, he's not getting last hits. It was more about just providing damage and saying to the rest of the team, it's time to go. We want to get this stuff done. So getting one kill from that, oh, Miposhka is in a lot of trouble.
Oh dear. Trying to guard that rune, wasn't he? Loses his life for it, so has to pick up another one. 3-0 start for them.
Oh, Monet's career gets killed, so that's his full Vanguard. I still don't think they have enough damage to take down Bristleback in this lane, because Doom is level 4. This pack leader Aura definitely helps out with some physical damage. But then again, Siamese Cat did put the point in Cold Embrace early on, which, like when they use the combo from Team Spirit, they just don't have enough if Bristleback is full HP.
Yeah, they're able to wait it out and keep on going. So Vanguard now delayed for a couple of minutes. A little bit sad for the Bristleback. But Rubik's death up top allowed the puck to get a regen rune, as Monet is getting gone on, but has the back over Bobica. Taking down Mira. Collapse now trapped in the trees, and Monet seems perfectly fine. Does get coiled. What's he got? The Cold Embrace. Any stick charges? No, he's dead. Tokyo's rotation with this puck gets the kill on the Bristleback, and that's the additional little bit they needed.
Yeah, Monet needed that Vanguard to survive. They're having some block damage and also have an extra bit of a HP. He's going to be able to run away.
Yatoro back to the creeps, unfortunately, or well played by XXS, as he did maneuver himself back into the creep wave to allow for that to happen. But this has so far been a free farm Juggernaut as they doom Tiny down bot. Oh, Bobica, he's pinged out. They know where he is now. There's no juking away from these boys. Find the Tiny. Tokyo stuck around, making sure they just get that additional little bit of kill threat and gold going their way.
Monet's pretty happy about it, that he is not the one tanking the first Doom, potentially dying as well, so Bobica will tank one for the team, and also on the top lane, because Juggernaut did use ulti. It means now minute and a half for XXS to do as much as he wants, potentially even threaten a kill on other hero than the Juggernaut. If someone's on the top lane with the Primal Split plus Baboka, they can get the kill.
But it seems like this is where Team Spirit start to pick up the tempo. Eight minutes in, they're already smoking. Puck has made a couple of rotations, and now they're on the Zeus. Snap the coil, the cookie in, Mira. He's helping to set up for this. Miposhka trying to arrive as well, but the avalanche and that heavenly jump, toss back too, will send the Zeus to safety.
They sent him to Stratosphere. What the hell was that? Tossed during heavenly jump.
And they cancel the TP. They've caught out Mira. Thunder God's Wrath will take him down.
And also Zeus having Illusion Rune in his bottle, allowing him to dispel silence from Puck. Even though it's only level 1 silence, it still lasts for 2 seconds, and then allowing him to get the heavenly jump.
Toronto, Tokyo. Treads bottle 1 before the Witchblade, so he's deciding, more of an early game build here. Tank up, get those stats. And we've seen, I feel like, more of a shift as well from group stage where the Witchblade Rush was very popular to now people thinking, no, we need to play faster with smaller items, build up with these treads and wands.
It depends on the matchup, because whenever you play, I think the most played matchup on the mid lane must have been Puck against the Void Spirit.
Yeah.
And this is where you want to have power treads for Void Spirit, and then Puck also adjust his item build.
Yeah, and then people get comfortable with it. He's heading into that Witchblade now, though. As Team Aster, described as a relatively conservative team when it comes to the drafting and maybe the playstyle as well a little bit, are starting to make some aggressive moves here. Returning the favor with a smoke down to bottom. Mira scouted out. Unless this Snapfire is super dead. Tries to cookie in. They want to maybe get Collapse as well. That's the big ticket kill. Collapse dived under tier 1. And Mira blown up too. Very quick move from Aster, just swinging it down to this bottom lane.
Team Spirit, they don't have any vision on this right side of the map. If you split it in half, they do have 2 observer wards on the top, and good move from Aster, bringing in numbers. And like, this is not the most important tower in the game, but it does also allow you, if you manage to take it, to have another entrance to the enemy triangle. You're going to feel much more safer, because other heroes won't be able to sit at the tower and defend it, collect the XP, so still a very good tower to take.
Yeah, because usually you'd want to be ganking and roaming into the enemy safe lane, right? To kill the position 1, the big target you want to bring down. But in this game, he's a Juggernaut, so kind of difficult for you to do that. Primarily because all of your early game damage is magical through the Zeus and the Tiny. Toronto, Tokyo going to be the one to defend this bottom tower for a little bit, dragging waves back, while Rubik looks like he's going to get the full access to the mid lane for a little bit of golden experience. And yeah, look at Mira there. He must be, what, 2 or 3 experience away from level 6, super close to it. When the Catapult dies, he'll have it. And then kill threat.
This is the big combo.
Coil.
Coil into Snapfire ulti. This is something that they can always play off throughout this whole game. Pre-BKB, it's always going to be a kill threat on someone. I'm a little surprised that XXS is having that free of a game on Brewmaster. This is the one scary hero once you get to your item timings. And he's sitting at the 2 assists, 0 deaths, rushing that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, it's like his net worth isn't amazing, but it's better than a Brewmaster should be at this point of the game. Building up all those little kind of incremental item build-ups. Tranquil, Soul Ring. Getting into the Aghanim Scepter for that team fight chaos. Miposhka's managed to get himself level 6 and Arcane Boots while we do finally get this smoke. The Puck and Snapfire are looking for the setup into Kisses. They don't want to just kill the Tiny though. They would love to see Ori Zeus.
It's a lot of commitment for position for Tiny, and Baboka knows it. Look at his positioning.
Yes. He's perfectly just posturing on top of that little ramp. And Mira, smoke is already broken, so regen rune just going to be guarded up by the snap.
Another rune for him. Torunto Tokyo, this time around controlling every single active rune.
Yeah, a number of them have been regens, which is accelerating his farm decently, but he's still down at the bottom of the net worth of Team Spirit because he has been so active, roaming around, hasn't had that time to farm. I'll bring Wyvern up top now. It looks like Aster want to make a concerted effort to bring down this tier 1. They've kicked the Juggernaut out of lane because he's had this read. He felt something was coming. And Radiant are even scanning under the tower to see if anybody is here to defend, and the answer is just no.
This is going to take a while. Aster does not have a hero that kills the tower. Tiny doesn't have a point in 3 grab, something that we see from position 4 Tinys if it's a good lane for it. And now Monet comes. He's the, let's call him, big tower hitter here.
Yeah, he needs to get some stacks up for that bonus damage. There's a 108 bonus, 133. Just keeps building that physical damage. Crumbles the tower down to dust. Wyvern, one of the better heroes to send down into this dead lane to defend tower. You've got wave clear, you've got the ability to fly over trees, so you're difficult to really catch and kick out of the lane. So a challenge here for Collapse and the rest of Spirit to find this Wyvern.
Spirit try to find him with Tumbler's Toy and Cookie, but Siamese Cat still full HP, does have that Winter's Curse and also defending the tower very efficiently.
Yeah, they've brought everybody but the puck down here, giving Toronto Tokyo a little more time to farm. And Winter Wyvern, it looks like he's got enough of a gap to escape, even going to curse up the Juggernaut. He felt that Cookie was coming. A little bit of damage there from Collapse onto him, but that's now Curse on cooldown. No big team fight ability for quite some time.
He's definitely fine with that, because other 4 members of Spirit, they're still not committing to tower. Finally, Yatoro is going to go there, and Siamese Cat, he's going to be okay here. Does have flying movement, puts down an Observer Ward.
It's so difficult to uproot this Winter Wyvern and kick her out of lane. They will get some damage on the tower and finally bring it down, but in the meanwhile, there's been pressure onto Toronto Tokyo's Park, a little bit of pressure towards the mid lane as well, and that's when Team Spirit will have to now rally around and look to mount a defense.
We haven't seen Snapfire ulti, and also we have not seen Brewmaster using ulti. This might be the first time. XXS, smoked, he's ready to go.
They want the Juggernaut. Avalanche toss, down to half HP. Yatoro gets off the spin, the one, the TP home. Oh, the crit! XXS just about gets it.
Oh, unbelievable. You know, sometimes you need to be blessed by Gaben. Gets that crit. I mean, he did use this Earth Brawler, so... No, it's actually the Fire Brawler. My bad. Still adjusting to new Brewmaster.
Yeah, he toggled it, but still got to rely on that RNG as they do find Mira Snapfire. 5 members of Aster, all gathering up in this mid lane. And they want to turn these 2 pickoffs into something larger. Mid-tier 1, that's the objective they want to claim. We've got some really strong tower defense and team fight ability from Team Spirit, but with 2 heroes down and without the Snapfire, like you mentioned, they're getting run at. Aster, they sense weakness. They want Miposhka. There's the Doom into the Zeus, though. The Avalanche landing towards Collapse to deny. Monet removes the opportunity from Spirit and kills off another 2.
Bristleback just picked up Aghanim Scepter. It was getting delivered as the fight was being... Gary, I feel like they just don't have enough to punch back what Team Aster has at the moment. XXS still chasing Mira.
Yeah, and we still haven't seen any Mortimer's Kisses. No lava launched. It's just stones being thrown at them by Bobica.
Double damage spawn bottom as well.
And this itemization is so fast as well. Tiny has Blink. You mentioned the Bristle Aghanim Scepter. Everybody is ready on Aster to continue fighting. They are investing in aggression, and Miposhka found again. Monet just comes in and slaps him down. There's a DD rune bottom. This tier 1 tower going to fall, but the curse
toss is available.
The toss. Have they got the chain disabled to kill off the puck? They do.
Well, Bristleback hits for 500 damage with that double damage. It seems like they want to ignore tier 1 tower, go inside a pit. They know the Doom is down, and there is no coil. It's going to be available pretty soon, but Team Spirit, they will need to drag this game, try to split push with the Juggernaut, potentially puck, because they can't match what Team Aster has at the moment. It's very difficult.
It is 14-2, but the net worth lead is only around 1,000, and I think that's why this move by Aster to go into the Roche pit is so incredibly smart, because this Aegis is going to give them free tier 1s, free tier 2s, with the ability just to run at Team Spirit continually for the next 5 minutes. And Monet comes back in for the tower. Top lane is being pushed by Dire Creeps, but Team Spirit, they want to fight. Like they were saying, don't give an inch of this map without fighting and brawling for it.
Someone will need to address the top lane for Aster, because there's a lot of creeps and also bottom lanes being pushed in.
Yatoro, full Mjolnir. He's going to go back into the Aghanim Shard next. It looks like he wants to buy a Bassi. We'll see if he decides to complete it. Might not need it as we get later into this game. Bobakar just going to hold on that mid-wave while Monet cuts across. They've got a good idea where Team Spirit are. Capped down in that bottom corner of the map. And Aster can just keep smoking into them. Collapse is pretty forward here. Oh, they're going to break the smoke on him, or he's dragged the creep camp across so he doesn't get scouted. They're moving in towards
Might find
the
Courier.
snap
Never
and
mind.
the jug.
He does not want to get scouted.
And Team Spirit, it looks like they've dragged Aster down here as they now move up towards top. But look at the Radiant Vision. 2 Observer wards up in that top jungle and the top lane see everything as Team Spirit reposition themselves on the map.
You can feel Team Spirit being very scared right now. They do not want to fight into this. Bristleback with Aegis that does have Aghanim Scepter.
It's your favorite.
It's Philosopher's Stone, drop for Rubik. So he will get an extra farm. They could also give this to Mira, because Mira, what I see, wants to get his Blink, wants to get the Shard. It's going to be a lot of gold. We still haven't seen Mortimer's Kisses, right?
We haven't. I don't believe so. I mean, we're getting old. Might be needing new prescriptions for our
Maybe I was
glasses,
watching a different part of the map when it happened, but definitely didn't feel the impact of it.
Yeah, 20 minutes in, that was one of the big combos that Panel and we were talking about, is this coil with the kisses, able to kill off pretty much anyone early on. Not utilized yet by Team Spirit, as Monet, with just under 3 minutes left on Aegis, brings down that tier 2. Outpost ready to grab, while Toronto Tokyo will look to kill off the tower here, but Aster, they're defending every objective. The illusions, they deny.
Very difficult to deny with 600 damage on Bristleback. That tier 1 tower causing a lot of issues for Monet.
Yeah, a little bit challenging. And Team Spirit hitting a timing of their own now. And it is still very close in terms of net worth, right? They're both teams spending all of their money investing into these items to be able to fight. So even though there's a 12-kill deficit, they are still able to come in here with a coil and the kisses, catching Tiny, snapping the coil. But look at Toronto Tokyo, very low, has to jaunt away, and Bobaka's still alive.
Those kisses did not connect, or either misses, or Bobaka did. Bobaka's a madman.
Just jumps in with a toss back. Mira, he can come in and kill the Tiny. Doom's onto the Brewmaster, no split for you. And Team Spirit, they're cursed up on the jug, but they get the kill on XXS.
And they also found Zeus. So 3 big kills for Team Spirit. They do manage to fight when there's no Bristleback around, getting initiation on Brewmaster. Collapse, understanding where the real threat is coming from.
Monet is the one hero that they hands up. Okay, you can't be killed. We'll let you get away with this. But Team Spirit, 4 kills in a row, not losing a single hero.
That's why I was surprised when Baboka decided to jump in, and also stolen Winter's Curse this time around for Rubik. So that's going to be a pretty big one. If he manages to use that to anyone who's sitting close to Bristleback, it's an insta-kill.
Yeah, they will get shredded.
Unless there's Wyvern, of course, with the Cold Embrace.
Yeah, and 20 minutes in, just one team fight has now kind of rattled that very close net worth disparity. It was bouncing back, 1k this way, 1k that way. Now a 4,000 lead for Team Spirit. What kind of items is this going to give them?
I see Blink just picked up on Snapfire, but is going for Kaya and Sanj to have a bit more status resistance, so those curses are not going to be lasting as long, and also having a bit more spell damage on his abilities, plus a Witchblade. And so far, Team Spirit, they did a very good job dodging this Bristleback.
They have indeed. Aegis close to expiry as well. They'll have that timer. Collapse. He's poking at him, but Bobaka was ready. Little avalanche. Throw a tree at him. Mira cooking in.
5 seconds. They do not want to kill him.
Oh, it's going to be close here. They get the Winter's Curse on him. The coil as well. He's being healed up. The Aegis healed. They do jump in onto him. The curse, is that enough to save him? No, it's not. Yatoro with Collapse, slaying the beast. Bristleback down, and Aster, they're starting to fall apart. These
They really are.
Have been monumental victories for Spirit.
Team Spirit, they are keeping an eye on that Aegis timer, because this was pretty much perfect execution. Bristleback did manage to get like 500 HP maybe from it, but Coil keeping him in place, allowing rest of the team to connect and also manage to get a kill.
And XXS, he got this Aghanim Scepter, he rushed it, and he's not really been able to use these multiple charges of Primal Splits because Team Spirit have been so good at finding him, dooming him, and isolating him from these team fights.
He picked up a Blink Dagger, something that usually we don't see, but if he wants to keep the distance, use Blink, maybe jump inside of like a trees or something, and then use Primal Split. I don't know how much value they're going to get from this. It really depends. If Puck manages to find Brewmaster, maybe silence him, and then the follow-up from Doom. Because Collapse is playing against Zeus, and he's a top-tier offlaner. You know that he understands which target he needs to go for. So if there's going to be a fight, I assume he's going to pop a BKB just to be able to get the blink off. Because something that Seb mentioned, these teams did get better throughout the tournament at using Zeus ulti. Whenever they feel there's going to be a fight, they instantly pop it, giving vision to Wyvern, giving vision to, like, for a good curse and potentially a toss back from Tiny.
Absolutely. Nice. That's big smoke here from Spirit. They want another fight, but they've got the split out from Aster this time. No Doom from Collapse. Cycloning the Juggernaut. But where's the rest of Aster? Are they going to come in and battle along with this Brew split? The Monet Bristleback will arrive. They curse Collapse for a second there, but Puck has coiled up the Tiny and jumped away from it. So both teams spending a couple of spells, then disengaging.
Coil plus a BKB for Team Spirit. Next Roche, maybe potentially up in another 50, and Team Aster, they want to use this. Another Brew Split is available.
And they just got Ags on the Zeus as well. Even more damage and zone control, but that's an illusion.
Ori does not want to be close to a fight. He wants to keep the distance, use this Aghanim Scepter. Maybe when he sees that Doom is down, when there's no BKB, he will join a fight.
Potentially 20 seconds for Roshan as well, so this fight could be incredibly vital for both sides. If it's a fast spawn and you win a battle now, you go into the pit. Second Roche, key to success in a lot of these games. Right, Team Spirit's comfort levels must have risen tremendously the past couple of minutes. Now 7k ahead, even though they're behind a few kills. Aster have been halted in their tracks for the most part. And you mentioned it right after the laning stage, you just said, right, Spirit have to delay the game, drag this one out for as long as possible until they're ready. And we're starting to see BKB coming up for the Puck just to try and withstand some of this magical damage.
Yeah, not your usual item. I like the build that he's going for, because if Brewmaster gets the Yules on you, most of the time it's going to be Juggernaut, but then again, you're not afraid of Tiny, you're not afraid of Zeus, and you can do whatever you want in these fights, because there's only one BKB piercing ability, and that's Winter's Curse.
One of the big threats, though, is this Brew split onto your buildings. You do have to keep your waves pushed out, not allow Aster to really break up the ramp into your base. The demolish on that Earth Panda, incredibly strong. And Roshan has respawned, a pretty quick one. Aegis and Shard await a team that slays the big boy in the pit.
You can see Aster's itemization as well. They know where the damage is going to come from. A lot of magical. Baboka finishing off Hood on his position 4. Tiny was thinking about getting a full pipe, but seems like that's what Siamese Cat going to go for.
Well, they scout with Zeus ulti. Collapse still frontlining here. Yatoro invisible with that rune. And Bobakar under vision, he blinks in, avalanches, but he's met 3-4 Team Spirit heroes. Tiny surrounded. Now, do Aster want to save him with a cold embrace? It looks like they do. They will. Oh, no, they won't. The kisses and the jump from the coil. Find the kill on Tiny, but that's it.
Mortimer's Kiss is maybe not needed there, but they wanted to make sure that Baboka dies. Respecting that Hood that we just mentioned. And also something that we didn't mention is this Fuel Mjolnir on Juggernaut, which does proc from all these damages from Brewmaster Fire Panda and also Bristleback. Like all those things, Zeus does manage to get multiple spells off in a fight. So you know that this Mjolnir is going to deal a ton of damage. Also Scotty done, so not as much healing. Also the slow against the Bristleback going to be pretty big. They found him.
I do get the coil in onto Wyvern, but the defense there, the Doom, out to the lift. They've got the stomp onto the Brew too. Team fight ability for Aster now limited, but the Winter's Curse will try and hold it back while Yatoro spins and slices down onto the Brewmaster. Oh, in we go with the Omni Slash. Monet nearly dead.
That's too much
Yatoro
damage.
will chase with collapse. Blink Stomp, and there we have it.
And everyone is gonna be alive with this healing ward back to full HP. Collapse, he was looking for that opening, and yeah, this Brewmaster blink pickup not really paying off. He needs to keep the distance or just use the primal split after Doom shows himself. Very, very difficult. Collapse knows that if he takes out the Brewmaster, rest of the team is gonna be able to deal with the rest. And also, Doom picking up early shard, percentage-based damage against the Bristleback, plus a Scotty.
Oh yeah.
It's like they had their timing on Aster, and as this game progresses, things are going to get much, much harder for them.
And they will claim Aegis in real time. They started Roche and then realized Toronto Tokyo had the catch. And just
He's sitting right
what's
underneath the
Brew?
ward. Brewmaster on top of the Observer ward from Spirit.
Yeah, great point. Gets lifted, gets doomed, and it has been perfect execution from Team Spirit so far. 4 team fights in a row where they get that key target, they make the right jump, and Miposhka here, again, just aggressively maneuvering in with Collapse and Yatoro, not fearing a single thing.
And Aster, this is some kind of a desperation smoke. They want to surprise Team Spirit, see what they can do.
They need to break this rhythm. They can't allow these team fights to keep slipping away from them. So with the Thunder God's Wrath, they get the vision, but the save from Miposhka gets Collapse back. The Avalanche toss and the Nimbus on Mira will get them a kill. They want more. XXS pops his ultimate. Toronto Tokyo gonna blink away. Oh, he's out of there. He's safe. Or is he? Oh, he's still being hunted a little bit here. They've got a Cyclone to set up on him. There's no one following through, though. This is just a Cyclone to piss off the puck a little bit.
Yeah, and he does have a BKB anyway, so should be okay. This is not position 5 Rubik anymore. This is your position 4, maybe even 3.5 at this point. He's getting all the farm priority. Picked up the shard, was holding the big boy Philly for quite some time, and now has Ether Lance and Psychic Headband.
And a
plus a stolen curse.
And Miposhka having an exceptional game. Not a hero we conventionally see in a position 5. But definitely one of the players that can bring it out and make it work, especially in these long, drawn-out games where you can get Philosopher's Stone and quite a lot of farm defending lanes. What does Aster do to break out of this rut? Because they must have felt so good about the first 15 minutes, and now that the train's left the station. Do you have team fight capability with this Brew split and the Winter's Curse enough to deal with this Juggernaut and Doom, who are becoming really overfarmed?
These Brewlings are going to die to Juggernaut, so that's always going to be something that they need to be careful about. And also, puck is getting out of control. Toronto Tokyo with this BKB sitting the top 4 net worth, and look at him jumping in.
They get the split off this time, though. Team fight starts, they do split out. Tiny getting kissed down by the lava globs of Mira's Snapfire. Mortimer slays the Tiny, while XXS, his split not really accomplishing too much, and they're waiting for him to respawn, come out of the split, and they'll get him with a Dune. Winter's Curse, there's 2 of them in the middle of the fight. Yatoro is hitting into Collapse, but the Dune Brew is on the run. Monet with his BKB trying to fight back, but they focus down XXS. They get the kill on him, and Collapse looking for the Tiny, picking off the simpler targets while they Omni Slash back into the creep wave to save Yatoro.
Yatoro still holding that Aegis buyback from Baboka, and Team Spirit will reset. Every single time Collapse wants to kill Brewmaster, so that's going to be a pretty big one.
On my screen, Baboka bought back before he died.
Vac right there.
Somehow returning to the battlefield before actually falling. But another great fight for Team Spirit, right? They are just building, and there is nothing here that Aster can do to really shake them. It has been so calm from Team Spirit to find the initiations, and it's just perfection every single time. Toronto Tokyo, he pokes, he prods, he's breaking vision, giving a bit of intel here for his team, and it's just patient play from Spirit.
It's very difficult to bring down Yatoro. They did manage to kill him once, and now big item as well. Silver Edge completed on him. So break mechanic against the Bristleback, and also having a guaranteed crit. Very, very difficult Bristleback Bristleback game from this point.
Well, he's not very bristle big anymore, is
No,
he?
definitely not.
Bristle small right now, feeling very sad. 11,000 net worth on the Brew, 14k on the Zeus. Like Bristle, yeah, 17k's in that pack of 3 dire heroes. Does have the blast rig now as he works towards an assault cuirass. 30 seconds remaining on Aegis. Mean Spirit looking for a fight now, but probably going to disengage once it gets, yeah, down to 20 or so.
Also, 2 big things against Winter's Curse, having E-Blade completed on Puck. And also, I see Rubik holding on to Cold Embrace, so that's a good way to counter it, because Rubik can't keep the distance. It's a full screen. If you hover over Cold Embrace with his Psychic Headband, his Arcane Supremacy, and Aether Lens, he can keep the distance and easily cast it on a cursed target.
Yeah, just center the camera on your hero. You can cast it anywhere that you see. Aster trying to deward, get themselves planted on a position on this map. So far, it has been a challenge for them. Still a long wait though, 2 minutes 45 for the next potential Roche spawn. Plenty of times for these huge items for Spirit to come in. Of course, Doom is up there with his GPM. Yatoro has had an exceptional game. What a great Juggernaut pick in the last spot from Team Spirit as we look towards, Lincoln's Refresher Orbs.
He just hit level 25 on Juggernaut. The Imbalance Talent, plus 400, almost 500 HP. Also, very fun talent to take.
See, at this point, I don't know if you're being serious or not. Are you sarcastic about this?
I am.
You really love
it's
the
just
500
the straight up HP. That's 25 compared to some other. You remember?
Oh my goodness!
It went from 69,
nice.
31, nice, to 12%. So very low win percentages for Team Aster.
Yeah.
You remember Queen of Paint AOE Fear talent compared to raw HP talent?
I enjoyed it though. It was a good talent. Definitely imbalanced. And
it was
Aster,
fun while it lasted, definitely.
This may be their last fight as Aster, honestly. Buyback status-wise, the Zeus and the Brew have it. As they break vision, they see the puck, but Toronto Tokyo on the high ground, untouchable, gets back down. Now the lift in on Tiny. Dragging Bobica back into the kisses, and Yatoro spinning. He's destroying this Bristleback. They need the curse to reset. A defensive one turned around again. Catching out the Wyvern with a puck, and this BKB up means that he will drop. Toronto Tokyo dominating as Collapse attempted a cookie forward there with Mira, but Aster have fully retreated.
Holding the high ground, Aster immediately popped Zeus ulti. They wanted to get some kind of initiation after the smoke breaks on Monet, but Puck very good with reflexes, jumps on the high ground. And this Rubik, we said he's not a position 5 anymore. He's causing way too many issues for Aster.
He's same net worth as the Brewmaster at this point. Incredible stuff from Imposhka. Oh, who's that? It's Toronto Tokyo. Boboka a little out in the open here with Ori, and they've got the Omni Slash to open up on the Zeus. The heavily jump will not save you. The spin from Yatoro now, and Team Spirit
Mira with the cookie secures that kill. Roshan potentially respawning in 20 seconds. Problem is, if they poke and try to get something done and they don't kill the healing ward, that's a big issue, because every single member of Spirit will be full HP. What are you laughing about, Gary?
Well, the crowd are just ay-ay-aying, you know? Casual. Aster still with some decent high ground defense. No, Team Spirit will have to be a little more delicate with their approach to this Radiant base, even with an almost 30,000 net worth lead. Keep these waves pushed down. Make sure there is no easy maneuver out of this Radiant base for Aster. And 1 minute 45 until Roshan will give them the time to clear out all these waves. Maybe get to their next tier of items. Grab an Arcane Rune on the puck. It has spawned up top. There we see Toronto Tokyo TPing. Just being reminded by Mira, Arcane Rune still here. Oh, careful, Aster. You're under dire vision. Oh, Team Spirit, they see Monet.
He does have a curse on Miposhka if he wants to use it.
He gets it off. The Doom and BKB traded.
Doom does have another one if necessary. Refresher Orb is available. collapse way too farmed. This is why Doom is scary in some of these late
The
games.
blink initiation though, Yatoro. Oh, that curse to save them again. Toronto Tokyo's gonna get the two-man coil, the kisses and the magic nuke damage. Collapse has whiffed his initiation a little bit, but they burn down the Tiny. And Monet with no BKB here, he turns on the puck, gets that stun in as Jug is cycloned in the back lines, but Aster on the run once more. They cannot continue fighting. Team Spirit have way too much to contend with.
Miposhka, what a beautiful performance on this position 5 Rubik so far. It's coming to your pubs and you know it.
I hope not. I only trust two men with this position 5 Rubik.
Insania and Miposhka.
Yep. Amira, again, playing under this aggressive vision. Waiting for Aster to make a misstep. And this is prime position for Team Spirit to be in. Roshan respawning soon. Waves pushing in towards Radiant base. They've got dire vision in that top Radiant triangle.
Let's see what the big man's got. It's going to be a refresher this time around.
Do we give that to Doom? Get him multi-Dooms?
I wouldn't mind seeing it in Juggernaut. Double Omni Slash, double Abyssal Blade seems very good.
Yeah, he does output a lot of damage. Monet, well, he's face tanking this Roshan. He's in the pit. Yatoro gets the spin off before the Nimbus. Team Spirit just going to kill that off while they jump in with Toronto Tokyo and Mira aiming the Tiny. They look for Bobaka, but now they reset, falling back with another stolen curse. How does Miposhka have this spell every single time?
And he just lost it.
He did
It was
as well.
the last second of using it. Unbelievable.
What?
They cannot contest this. This Roshan belongs to Team Spirit. 2 Salty available in 3 seconds. I don't know if they want to go and try for some kind of a steal attempt, maybe on Siamese Cat, because he does have a Blink Dagger.
It feels like if you give them this Roshan, you are forfeiting the game. Aster have to do something. Force a fight around the pit, but Monet broken. Omni Slash, down you go. And this has got to be game over soon. Winter Wyvern joining the Bristol in the grave. Chasing forward, Toronto Tokyo nearly has him.
Oh,
The
does
Zeus.
not have any stuns available. And yeah, taking that refresher on Juggernaut, having the Aegis. So far, they only managed to kill him once throughout the whole game. Very difficult task. This doesn't feel like Bristleback. Once he gets broken, he feels like a normal hero.
Yeah, he's not tanky whatsoever.
Also, Doom did manage to find Timeless Relic. So this Infernal Blade is 3.6 seconds stun duration. This is like a Centaur stun.
Oh, some clever stuff, but they killed the Zeus. He does have buyback, but this is all thanks to Miposhka. He dies and Gem is dropped on the floor in the trees while the rest of the team focusing the tier 3 tower.
He's fine with that trade, forcing buyback from Ori, and now onto the high ground they go.
Yeah, he got deep vision down, forced them to try and de-ward. They wasted Nimbus, and they got that kill. Forced the buyback as the buildings fall quickly to Yatoro. Melee racks down. Bobaka, he was thinking about it, but Team Spirit take that first lane.
40,000 net worth lead, 40 minutes into the game, keeping
Insurmountable.
yeah, once you hit that 1k gold per minute, you know that the game is looking really rough. We're in GG territory. Team Aster, they have one more fight, and that's about it.
We're in 0.05% chance of coming back territory, maybe even lower. Tome grabbed by Tiny now. What's he getting towards? Level 16,
nothing.
now level
He's level
20.
16, very close. 100% win rate, hands off keyboard. If they disconnect right now, they will win automatically, apparently.
Yeah, when the bots take over. Just a move down lane. Aster not giving up just yet, though. They want another fight. We still are yet to see a proper brawl from this Brewmaster. He's got Refresher Orb. He's got multiple charges of these splits. We'll see if XXS can get the job done in one more attempt.
Was one of the fastest Aghanim Scepter pickups on Brewmaster, because usually they do get Urn, Spirit Vessel, not that good laning stage, but after picking up the Aghanim Scepter, we really haven't seen much. It was a Blink Dagger and then a Refresher Orb in the last 25 minutes, so didn't get too much done. I mean, Doom had his number throughout the whole game.
Oh, he sure did. And Collapse now has been given that refresher shard. So he can doom the Zeus and the Bristleback. And maybe even another. And a Purge Creep.
Purge Creep against the Bristleback.
That's pretty nifty. Oh, what's that? Gobbled up Ogre. Lands with a thud. The break, the Omni Slash, but the E-Blade and the Creep Wave gonna keep Monet alive. The toss back across. Yatoro just gonna spin. Nothing to stop him. This Juggernaut is alone in the base. He's 1v5 zoning the entirety of Aster.
Still almost full 2 minutes until that Aegis is gone, and good Force Staff. They also do have Cookie if necessary. Also Gobble Up about to be ready in 10 seconds. So forcing this split, and meanwhile on the top lane.
Collapse. Blinks away from Baboka's initiation. They're toying with him now. Primal split ends. He's still got plenty more up his sleeve though. Tier 3 tower down as Team Spirit. Again, no rash decisions. They want to very casually break up this high ground with the spins, with the Aegis. They want Aster to be the ones that force the fight. Because we've seen these steals, these resets from Team Spirit work perfectly. A gobbled up creep landing into the back of the Bristle. Kisses and the break comes in again. They are making this Bristle very uncomfortable now at half health. Might have to dip back into the fountain, but a toss back. Baboka initiates in onto Yatoro, the Nimbus, and the chain stun onto the Jug, looking for the kill. Gets the first one. Aegis down, but Tiny's about to drop as the Winter Wyvern has to fight
he's
back.
inside Nimbus, the toss.
He gets the kill, but the Juggernaut, the spin and the Force Staff gets him away to safety. Oh, Yatoro away from danger.
They invested everything onto this Juggernaut. Good spell casting there from Aster, and with the Healing Ward, he's going to be back to full
Another
HP.
toss back. No, it's an avalanche returned into the Tiny. Poshka on the money once again. And we've spent pretty much all of the buybacks for Aster now.
Collapse is ready to jump in. He did pop the refresher, puts in a refresher shard as well, just in case he needs a third Doom potentially.
There, go
jump,
in.
here they go.
Find the Bristle, doom him up, kill him off. Now the move into the Winter Wyvern, and one by one they will crumble. The Doom's on the Brewmaster now, so no splits for you. As Collapse's BKB allows him to run
Stolen
freely
Nimby
towards the fountain. The stolen Nimbus and now the coil. But Baboka, he's got other plans, trying to find Toronto Tokyo, who just face shifts as Juggernaut slices into fountain to force the GG.
What a performance from Team Spirit in this game number 1. Game was pretty even 15, 16 minutes into the game when Team Aster did put a lot of pressure picking up that Aegis, and but Team Spirit, they knew exactly what they need to do, dodging these fights and not allowing Aster to go for the group up play. Did manage to push out the 2 waves every single time, and yeah, Collapse, look at him enjoying himself, feeling the crowd.
Breathe it in. I mean, that's the atmosphere they want, they need. And Poshka there as well, super.